Hello, welcome to another show. I'm Sid, and today I'll be reviewing my filters on Instagram. Before we jump into that, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the new people who have joined this channel in the past month. Since I posted my Hello World video, we've gained almost 150 subscribers, basically doubling what we were at before, and I just want to say thank you for that. I appreciate it. Also, the reviewing your filters video I made last week is currently the highest performing video in my channel's history. It's the fastest to reach 100 views. It's getting a lot of likes, a lot of comments and engagement, and people seem to enjoy it. So I definitely will be making a part 2 of that, and hopefully that will be out sometime soon. If you do enjoy these videos, don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe so you can be notified when I do finally get back to making regular tutorial videos. Oh, and follow me on Instagram as well, because I'm almost at 300 followers, and it would be really nice to keep a pace with the YouTube channel, which is growing far quicker than I ever expected. Yeah, so jump over there, show me some love, and maybe send me a message. Like I said before, I'm probably going to make another reviewing your filters video soon, so if you want to be in any of those, just hit me up, let me know that you want me to check out your page, and maybe you'll be in one of those videos. Okay, so with all that being said, let's jump on over to Instagram, check things out in the vertical, and see what kind of filters I've been making. Let's go. Okay, so here we are over on my Instagram page. As you can see, I'm at 280 followers, so I'll give a quick plug one more time. If anyone wants to help me push past 300, that'd be really awesome. I totally would appreciate it. Hit that link in the description, go follow me on Instagram. Anyway, if we tab over here to my filters page, you can see that I have 9 filters live at the moment. I'll scroll down so you can see them all, and then I'll just hit this one at the bottom so that we can start swiping through them. This first one's called India. As you can see, it's just face tattoo. Quite simple. Hi, how's it going? Oh, you might also notice the hoodie's different and the hair is longer. That's because it's been about a week since I've recorded that intro. I got distracted and then a bit demotivated, but I am finishing the video now, so we move. So as you can see, this first filter is called India. It's named after a friend of mine who actually has these face tattoos in real life, so I figured I would try and replicate that. I think it came out pretty good. It's quite simple. It's a face mesh technique. I actually have a few videos on this, and specifically a tattoo video for this effect. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. You can go find out how to do this yourself. It's basically just a face mesh, which I opened up in GIMP, which is a photo editing software similar to Photoshop, but free and open source. Again, links in the description. So I imported that face mesh. I added a couple of shapes that I found on Google, just simple ones, overlaid those, and then exported it and used it to track onto my own face, or anyone who uses this filter. Feel free to try it out. Okay, so moving on to the next one, we have Green Screen Plus. Now, as you can see immediately, this one is just your basic green screen. It's got some tap to change features, so if we tap it, you'll see that it alternates between the foreground and the background. So it's a green screen that will key you out of the background, but also do the reverse, so you can key yourself out of any photo. I suppose if you have a clean plate. It also has this feature, which is a UI slider, which is incorporating JavaScript, quite simple scripting techniques, but that works whether you're on the foreground or the background. So I'll just demonstrate that quickly. I don't have any videos on that, but there are a few online that I followed. I'll probably link those as well. And I had been, before my laptop broke, planning to make a couple videos trying to explain how the UI slider and the UI picker, which is like this thing along the bottom, how those work and can be incorporated into your own filters. So maybe in a few weeks or a month or whatever, when I finally get my computer back, I'll get back into that and I'll try and figure out how to make a video explaining JavaScript. Sorry, I keep playing with my hair now because it's long and stupid. So you might also see there this add media button. I'm going to cut now because I don't know what's in my camera roll, but we'll click on this and it'll open my camera roll, and we'll be back in just a second. Just click that, and as you can see now, it keys out the background behind me and replaces it with any image from my camera roll. If I want, I can also add a video. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's from WhatsApp, so I'll cover it up just in case it's offensive. But you know, so you can basically record yourself now in front of a video that's playing in the background, or in front of a photo or anything. This is called the texture gallery, and it's actually a very recent addition in the most recent version update of Spark AR. I only got the chance to update this filter because I was using someone else's laptop for about an hour and I just wanted to make something. So I was looking online and I was watching videos and I realized that you could do this now. Someone messaged me about this a few weeks ago and I couldn't figure out a way to do it, to explain to them how it was possible. At the time it didn't seem like it was possible, but now they've got this texture gallery asset. I'll probably make a video about that as well at some point. But yeah, this is the green screen plus filter. If we move over here to primary RGB, you'll see this is very similar to the green screen one. It has the tap to change features, foreground and background, with red, green and blue. And you can also adjust the opacity of all of them. One thing I would probably work on if I was improving these later is to consolidate all the scripts, because at the moment, from what I remember, I don't have the original files anymore, but from what I remember, each time you tap and it creates a new layer, or it shows a new layer, the UI slider is hooked up to its own individual script. But because it's doing the same thing, I have a feeling I could probably consolidate all that and get it done in one script. I'm just not that great at JavaScript or programming right now. But yeah, I probably will try and work on that at some point, just so that the back end is a little bit cleaner. It won't have any effect on the actual user experience. But yeah, that's pretty similar to the green screen filter. If we move on now to I, lowercase I, it was quite difficult to do. At first they were insisting that I use uppercase I. I don't know how I managed to glitch it through, but for whatever reason I did, and now I'm afraid to change it in case I can't get it back. So this one is tap to scale up the size of your eyes. As you can see, they track pretty well onto my irises, not perfectly, but, and whenever I blink, they change texture. So we have this swirly pattern, these red buttons. I'll get a little bit closer so you can see. Oh, not that close. This one's kind of like a laser cyborg thing with like a little shiny glow in there. Tap it again, we go to cat's eyes, which is the default that Spark AR provides in their template tutorial. And obviously, if I go back through, these magic 8-ball eyes, which are my favorite just to look at. I think it's a really cool texture because it's kind of very similar to an eye anyway, but whatever. So this is, I have a lot of videos about making eye filters like this. This is basically just a bunch of different textures, tap to change. So as I blink, blink to change. So as I blink, the texture is replaced by a different one. And when I tap the screen, it scales them up or it scales them down. So it'll scale from 0 to 1, 0 to about 0.8, which is the size of these irises. You can go all the way to 1 and kind of have it fill the white space too. And then when you tap it, just scales it back down to 0. It's quite simple. Again, I have tutorials on my channel where you can check this out yourself. You could try and like make your own filters like this. But yeah, like I said, it's just another simple filter I was working on. Nothing too crazy there. Overall, I was really just going to keep adding eyes, adding little bits of animation, maybe like spinning, things like that. Nothing too crazy. Okay, so moving on. Next up, we have the big head filter. I was going to explain it, but I'm pretty sure you get it already. So this one basically is projecting the layer, the camera, you know when you segment the person from the background? This is basically that, except I duplicated it and I scaled up the face. So it animates now to go from regular size to like twice the size. Same as the eyes, the way they scale from 0 to 1. It's a really simple effect. I made it just for fun, just as a little bit of a joke. But it's actually the most popular filter on this profile now. I think it has like 300 or 400,000 impressions, which is far, far more than any of the others I've ever made. Even the green screen one, which I assumed would be the most popular just because of the utility of it. But it's currently second to this, which I think is both funny and stupid at the same time, because I like this filter, but I really don't know why it blew up. Actually, it might have blown up because of that. Remember that TikTok trend a few months or a few weeks ago where people were with the big head and they were going, pew, 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 it's a chopper. Oh, I think it's something to do with that, but I can't be sure. Anyway, moving on, we have ROYGBIV, otherwise known as red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. And you can tap around, you can change the foreground and the background, you can adjust the opacity of them. It's very similar, it's almost exactly the same as the RGB one and even the green screen one. Same effect. I was just trying to push it as far as I could, see how many colors I could incorporate. Once again, I would probably simplify the JavaScript because, as you can see, there's quite a lot of individual layers, and having a script for each individual one, doing the same thing more or less is like kind of redundant. So again, if I was to improve this, it would basically just be, oh, how did I get out of this? If I was to improve this, it would more or less just be to yeah, consolidate the UI slider so that it all so that it's very difficult to to even use sometimes. I'm having trouble now. Oh, this is embarrassing. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh, there we go. So there you go, that's that. Moving on, because the UI slider is a little bit tricky and it's frustrating me now. So next up we have Magic 8 Ball, or just 8 Ball, which is a Magic 8 Ball. The instructions are tap the screen to record, tap and hold to record, and it will start playing. I'm going to add a video in, excuse me, I'm going to add a video in after a little clip of me using this, but because I'm screen recording right now, if I hit record then it will delete everything that I've been recording, so I won't do that now. I already made that mistake once, and this is actually the second time I'm recording this part of the video. So, but basically what this is a looping animation, very similar to those who are you, what are you filters that people have been posting in the last few months, you know, where it will say like which type of cookie are you, and that'll be the question here. So this is the question image, and then there is a looping animation. So I have a big string of images. There are 20 possible outcomes for a Magic 8 Ball. So what I did was I put this image into GIMP, and I replaced the 8. I just took that out, left a nice clean white circle, and I added the text for each of those answers, like yes, no, maybe, all the different Magic 8 Ball answers that you might get when you ask a question. I imported those back into Spark AR as an animation sequence, so I had like 20 images plus this default image, and so now when you hit the record button it will cycle through that and generate a random response. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will add a clip in now, or I've already added a clip in, so you'll be able to see how it works. But like I say, you can just go check out my profile, follow me there, try it for yourself. I don't know, I like this one. I wish if I was to improve this, I would probably make it 3D. I'd probably go into Blender, take like a sphere and try and figure out how to recreate this but in 3D, because I think that would be kind of cool. Okay, so it turns out my phone ran out of storage. I had to delete a bunch of clips. I found out that I have over 3,000 videos on this phone. I don't know. I think that's WhatsApp automatically downloaded stuff in the background. Anyway, I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep recording this video. I deleted a bunch of random stuff that I've never seen before off my phone. So let's keep going. We've done 8 Ball. So if we move over now to Duo, see this is the duotone filter. It uses the duotone shader patch from Spark AR. As you can see, it's just two colors, that one in the foreground, one in the background, and they kind of combine to create like a nice. This one is pink and green, which I think is pretty nice. And there's, I think, yellow and purple and blue and something. And either way, they all look pretty cool. It's a very simple patch. You can use it, you can do it yourself, and then I have tap to change features, so I could just add more combinations of colors. It's really simple. Again, I have a video on this. I think I have a video on this, maybe. You can try and check it out. If not, watch a different video, because I have loads of them and I want to make more soon, so the more views I get, the more likely I am to do that. I think that's how this works, at least a little bit. Moving on to the final filter that I have here, we have BW negative. This is very obvious, very self-explanatory. It's black and white filter. There's actually a patch for this. There are a number of different ways you can do this in Spark AR, in the patch editor, just with regular colors. But there is a specific luminance patch which allows you to adjust the black and white values. This filter has tap to change features though, so if you tap it, it goes from black and white to white and black, which is the negative version. That's why it's black, white, negative. I quite like this effect. Originally, and in the trial video, the preview video on my profile, it's blink to change, so every time you blink it would alternate between this and this. But I discovered that when you switch to the rear view camera, I don't know if it's worth doing now, when you switch over to the rear view camera, it's actually not allowed to be in negative, or it wouldn't work as well when I was doing blink to change. There was something missing, so I took that out. I just made it tap to change, and now you can do foreground, background on both cameras, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically all of my filters. I've come back over here to the big head one, my most pop-in filter so far. Just to finish things up, I probably won't go back to the landscape for an outro, so I'm going to do it here. If you enjoyed this video, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I know it's not the usual tutorial content. I'm probably going to keep these videos up for at least a few more weeks, and I'm probably going to try and buy a laptop as soon as possible, because I really want to get back into making these filters. It's very exciting, especially going through mine, figuring out what I want to do to improve them, coming up with new ideas, seeing your stuff. The whole thing of somehow I've managed to stay in this community despite not being able to actively participate in it for months, which doesn't happen. It doesn't usually happen with anything. I can't maintain this level of interest for long. So I do want to get my laptop back quickly as possible, so I can get back to making new and original filters and making videos for you guys to watch. But yeah, if you like this video, hit like, leave a comment, Let me know what you thought, let me know what you want to see next time, and don't forget to subscribe so you can stay notified when I do upload videos and when I finally get back to making tutorials. With that being said, I'm going to sign off and say peace. Bye!